I explain you guys when you download this, the MX term port is the program we're gonna use. You click on the MX term here, the application, and you see what I'm seeing at the moment. Okay. Now, once again, please respect what the people gave to us, right? It's only for usage here and usage at home. Okay. Now, let me demonstrate how it works. So I'll click right on the user session and I'll do new session. Then I will choose one of this way to access remotely a resource. So the first way, I'm going to choose the most common way is the through SSH, secure shell. I'll put the IP address, which I know by heart now, 172.26.25.7. I will specify a username, which will be okay, and the port for SSH, the common port is 22. Okay, then I'm gonna, if I would like to change the name to something, no problem, I could change it. I could call here GNS3 server. Okay, and I'll click OK. And you see now, I'm gonna be able to log in right away to the server. So that's how I'm accessing. Okay, I'm on the server. And I could do stuff. I could do 3 commands, let's say. Well, you saw I could do a lot of things remotely. Now, another way which I could use, let's do new session, and I could say for the same server, SFTP. This is a secure FTP protocol, which means wherever I'm going to put this username and credentials, if someone's sitting on the network, will see gibberish. There will be nothing there. So I'll click now the SFTP, because I would like, when I'm using SFTP, I'm going to be able afterwards from my Windows computer to upload files to the Linux computer or to download files from the Linux computer to my Windows computer, which is very cool. Okay, I'll put the same host, 172.26.25.7, and I'm going to use the same username. Okay, I'll say OK, and here it is. I'm there. So if I would like now to do some stuff, you see it's you're gonna learn it after this, but we have the GNS3, and we could find out where the projects are, and we could manipulate them from here. Once again, we could delete stuff, we could upload, download, and so on and so forth. So that's another way to use it. Now I'm gonna access my the new session. I'm gonna access through proprietary Microsoft RDP protocol, remote desktop protocol. I'm going to access my other Linux computer, which has a graphical interface and which supports this thing. So we expect to see a graphical interface now. So I'm going to do 172.26.25.8 is the other one. And the username would be this one. I'll choose here a name for this one, let's say. That's the www, that's my web server. I'll click OK. It will prompt me for a password now. And I'll say OK. But as you see, guys, now I'm accessing my Linux computer through the Microsoft's protocol, which is supported there. Here it is. I'm there. And if I would like to see what's going on, well, no problems at all, guys. I could go, I could see all of my, let's say, I could see where my web server is, and so on and so forth. Which is basically the very important thing we to do is to install the GNS3 graphical network simulator. Okay. Now, there are 2 GNS3 there. The GNS3 2.12 is the one which is available at the moment. So this thing here, 2.1, I give it for you plus the other thing, plus the VMware player, and the other thing I gave it to you guys because I want you to practice at home. This one you need to practice at home because the other one which I'm showing you here, it's using a server which is in the server room. You cannot access it from home. Okay, so that's why I gave you all of these things. Basically, you need to have all of this on your USB and use it at home. By the way, all of the other thing you're going to use at home. Now, notice that the version of the GNS3 and the GNS3 virtual machine, they're supposed to be the same version. You don't see it here on this GNS3 virtual machine, which supports it, but it's the same version. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Now, this one, 2.2, which we're going to install here in the school, it has with this server, the Ubuntu server, which I just showed it to you, this one, GNS3 server, okay? It is the same version, okay? That's why when we are at school, we're going to be able to use it. We're going to be able to use it, okay? At home, though, once again, if you would like to install it, you need the GNS3 virtual machine and the GNS3 2.121. Now, the best thing to do it yourself, at home is to go to YouTube and to look for David Bombal. GNS3. This is the guy who will explain everything about GNS3 and how to install it and what to do. David Bombal. By the way, if you go on the Linda.com, I think you're gonna have all of your materials for the next Tuesday. It has all the courses there. I would suggest you watch it there from the Linda.com because it's the most recent ones. So you're gonna see how to install it at home. Now, in the GNS3 text file, this one, ZGNS3, the last one, you're gonna see all the links you need if you would like to download all of this by yourself. Okay? All the links plus some additional things. Okay? So you have everything here, guys. You have everything. Just put it on a USB and use it at home. Watch the course of Mr. Bombal and do the thing. Everybody's okay? What we need to do is to install GNS3 2.2, the second one. That's what we're installing, GNS3 2.2. I'll click twice. Once prompted, I'll use Cisco and welcome one. Okay, so here's the installation wizard. Now, the GNS3, guys, is a program which consists of other programs. So during the installation, you're going to see additional pop-up windows, which basically installing all the programs. So I'm going to click next on this. Basically, only next, I agree, and next. That's what it is. I agree, next. Now, that's very important thing. When you see this window, you need to be sure everything is clicked on. Because as you see, there are three which are not. Especially this one is very important, virtual viewer. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to access a lot of things. So basically, all of these check buttons supposed to be checked. You do next, install. Now it will install the C++ libraries. Now, that's one of the first program which will install the Win Pickup. You do next, I agree, install, and it's done. You do finish, and it's done. The next one, Wireshark now, it's installing, which is the network sniffer. Now, it will tell you guys that the acceleration, Intel hardware acceleration is, you have it already, so you just say, okay, I don't need it, finish. Now it's installing the virtual viewer. Here it is. Who just came? So here it is, another one. You do agree. You just click install and pick up. Well, it will install something which already has been installed. No problem. You're going to do an install and it will install it again. When you prompt it to reboot, you just say, I want to manually reboot later, and you do finish. Okay, so it's about to finish the installation. as soon as you see next button, you just click next, finish, and then you click next here. Now, it comes with SolarWinds standard tools pack. They said you could benefits of something with reduced value. You just say no for this. You don't need it. When you see start GNS3, no problem. Click finish, and the GNS3 will start. Close the browser which is open. Now, the first thing you're gonna need to, well, you're gonna see. You don't see it here at the moment. You're gonna see this thing. What you do when you see it for the first time, you just say cancel. Okay, you say cancel on this, and basically you're gonna see this thing. That's the GNS3 itself. Here it is. Okay. Now, my preference for working with GNS3 actually is to go to edit and preferences. That's the place where you guys spend 99% of the time. So learn it right away. Edit preferences. So what I want to do most of the time is to change the style of how these icons are shown. That's because I used to work with this one, legacy, and I do apply, and you see it's changing. Okay. Now, the other thing we need to do right away is to click on the server here, enable the local server if it's not enabled already. So this one's supposed to be checked like it is, and then you click on the remote server tab here. You do add, and then you call it GNS3 empty space local, and you change the IP address to 172.26.25.7. So let me write it down for you here. The server, once again, you call it GNS3 local, and the IP address is 172.26.25.7. You don't touch anything else, guys. Okay, then you don't need to check enable authentication. You don't do this. Then you do OK, and then you do apply, and you see the GNS3. Now, if you see what's happening on the right side, GNS3 local just appeared. Well, basically what that means, our GNS3 front end is connected to the server, which is this one. Now, also, my front end is connected to my local machine. That's the name of my machine. You're gonna see the name of your machine, and at any point you're gonna see how much the CPU utilization of this machine is, how much RAM you have, and what the CPU utilization on the server on the other side. So you have two ways to create your infrastructure. Three ways. Either to create on the GNS3, which will be the most commonly way. That's what we're gonna use most of the time. Some of them we're gonna create on our local machines, and most of the time we're gonna work on both. Okay, and you're gonna see it right away. So this is the front end of the GNS3, guys. If I would like to see what device already have all of them, I click on this icon, the last but one icon, and here all the pre-installed devices. We have an ATM switch, we have a cloud, we have Ethernet hub, Ethernet switch, frame relay switch, NAT, and VPC, virtual PC. These are the pre-installed devices. If I would like to see them by groups, if I click on the routers, there are not yet installed routers. On the switches, these are all the switches. On the computers, these are all computing devices. On firewalls, nothing now installed, and all the devices again, here they are. Okay, now that's the installation. We set edit preferences. Most of the time we're going to spend our time here. So once again, remembers right away this thing. And once again, what we see here is the GNS3 server, and this is the local machine where we are. And we have three ways to do our infrastructure, either on the local machine, either on the server, and most of the time on both. Now, you see it says GNS3, and in the middle it says please create a project. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I will create a project, because without a project I cannot work. So I'll do file, I'll do new blank project, and I'm gonna call it 001, because that's our first class. right? 001. Now, notice where my project will be saved. On the C drive, users, the Cisco. You see, that's a Cisco. It's not my username. So it's better to come here. I could copy this thing. I could copy. I'll go browse. Okay, I'll go browse, and in that case, I will go to documents, and I'll create actually here. I'll create this folder. So I'm gonna go to my documents. This is my folder. So I'll create here GNS projects, GNS3. Then I'm gonna create here projects, new folder. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to the documents. So do browse. I'm gonna go to this PC. I'm gonna go documents. I need to go to my name. C drive, users. This is my username. I'll go documents. Here it is GNS3 projects, and I'm gonna call the name set. So you need to do this. You need to change it if you see Cisco here, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to access anymore your project. So that's the first thing you need to do, to change it here. Okay, and then you say okay. Basically, I set the project, and here how it looks. At the moment, at the top it says 001. Well, at any point, guys, if you would like to save it while you're working, you just click on the file and you do save project as, and then you navigate there, no problem. Okay, so we're ready to start working, guys. We are ready to start working, and I'll stop